Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams. Glad that you are along for the ride tonight. And I see Bryan is along for the ride already. Dottie, along for the ride already. I'm here. Where are you? Okay, well, there's a little bit of a delay between one monitor and another, so you just have to bear with me on those things. Dottie, I am here. I am here, and I'm glad that you're here tonight as well. A few things to talk about. Flying solo tonight, and, well, just one of those nights. That's all right. Stealth mode, that's just me. I am very stealthy. Yes, I will talk about the shirt here tonight as well. I'm totally digging the shirt. Hi, Rhonda. Glad that you're here as well. Lots of folks joining tonight. I appreciate you all stopping by. See if I can get my monitor up over here and see if it will tell me if there are any more folks that are here. I'm kind of stealthy every now and again. I really am. Mrs. Patriot joined. Jamie, man. Jamie, I was really glad to get to visit with you this afternoon, and I look forward to having you on the show very soon. So that's a future guest. So hi to Jamie tonight and Jace in the house. Got to see the grandbabies today. That was always fun, seeing little Jaylee Bell and little Jasper. Mark, glad to see you, man. Good to see your name up there. Appreciate seeing you as always. It's a good night, but seeing the grandbabies today, that was really pretty cool. And of course, with three of them still at home, three of the kids still at home, little Patriots still in the house. It reminded me of something my brother said one time when he came over to visit us. He was young. Well, we were all young then. Had just gotten married, brought his wife over, and we had the twins were big enough to be stirring around. And so we were all kind of in a living room area there, and it was Fu and Lindsay, and then, of course, Mrs. Patriot and me and JC and Jenna and Jayla and Jolie and Joseph. Yeah, you get the idea. By the way, if you didn't know their names, there they are. And they're all running around. And the immortal words of Fu is, there are people everywhere. So, sometimes that's the way it is at our house. There are people everywhere. A few things to talk about tonight. Really not a lot big on the agenda. Shout out to Janice, by the way, for watching tonight. Glad to see you as well. Seth, good to see you today also, and good to see you in the house tonight. I'll go ahead. Let me get to this one first. Okay, so let's go right here first. If you can see that there on the screen, look at that. Isn't that cool? Opera House Coffee. Opera House Coffee. There is a gift card. As a matter of fact, I can prove. There is a gift card in here. Here's the balance on the gift card. Nice little amount, too. And it is right here, and we're going to have the giveaway this week. Here is how to get involved. So you got some time tonight to go ahead and put your entries in. So a little bit of time tonight to get your entries in. Now, people started entering last night. Here is how you take part in this one. You put in the phrase, and you have to be the first person to put it in. And I'll list the phrases that have already been used, so they're off the board right now. But you tell me, put in the word or phrase from 2020 that you just don't ever want to hear again when 2020 is over. You're tired of it. You've had it up to here, maybe even off the screen here. Yeah. So the phrases so far that have already been picked up: social distancing. I think that's at the top of my list. New normal. 6 feet, man. Stop hoarding the toilet paper. Where were you quarantined in these challenging times? Shut down, not a lockdown. Stay home. And we're all in this together. Those are the phrases that have already been used. So if you want to put in the comments section a phrase, a word or a phrase that that we've heard in 2020 that you're tired of, you don't want to hear it again, go ahead and put that down there. You will be entered into then the pool. Now, it's not going to be a drawing. We're going to take all these things like it. Fu's in the house, and he goes with unprecedented. Nice. That's the first one word that we've had. We had phrases too. But anyway, and by the way, me stopping and talking every now and again, that's going to go to what I'm going to say at the very end tonight. So stay with me because I actually do have a plan. Dottie, you already have one. Dottie, we're all in this together. So do you want to trade that out for distance learning? Murder hornet. See, I was wondering if anyone was going to get that one. Good job, Mark. We got murder horn in there. New case numbers are okay. That's fine. Never want to hear the face coverings for all. I like that one. Okay, Dottie, you're going to go ahead and stick with. We're all in this together. So, I'll just go ahead and take the whole word unprecedented completely out of the dictionary. Yeah, we're not even just going to play the game with it. We're just going to rip it out of the dictionary. All right, so we're going to take all of these phrases. We're not going to put any of your names with the phrases. We're going to put it before a panel, and the panel gets to decide which one of those is just the absolute most despicable phrase of 2020. And the winner then gets this gift card to Opera House Coffee, which, by the way, is provided by Texoma Financial Services. Ronnie Walters, he is the man. And so I appreciate him. So anyway, so now I'm saying this at the beginning. You have time to go ahead and put this in. We talk about a few things tonight. Nights that I'm flying solo, I could talk about anything. I could randomly completely go off the charts. Here, let me show you why. How about this one? Digging this? This is a Father's Day gift from the Five Little Patriots. And how about that? That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I like this a lot. So one of my Father's Day gifts that I got on Sunday, pretty cool. I don't know if I still have the arm or not. Actually, I don't know that I ever really had the arm. If you notice, these hands are kind of small. If Don Hyde were watching tonight, and I don't think Don is watching tonight. I don't think I've seen his name come up. Hey, Daryl, glad you're here tonight. Michelle, glad you guys are on board tonight. Robert in the house as well. Did I see another phrase up there? Let me see if I missed any. Rhonda says, Carol Baskin murder her husband. We never want to see. Never want to see that again. Hear that again. Okay, you're in with that one, Rhonda. I have you down. So here's the thing. This football is not legitimate size. Okay, this is not a standard size. This is not competition size. So I can actually get my fingers around this one, and I can make it look, man, I could fire this baby. I'm not going to. Well, I may play some catch with the kids with this, but I just wanted to show that because I knew that Robert would like this. Anyway, we'll put that over there on the soundboard for a little bit. So again, going somewhere with this, sometimes it's just easy to get distracted. So I know that Dottie has already said she likes the shirt. I like the shirt too. You might think that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Workout Anything, because I am going to mention a couple things. I stopped by to see Rana today, and I wanted to tell her how proud I was of her sons. Rana Pawan, who is at Workout Anytime, if you haven't stopped by there yet, you need to. If you're looking for a place to go ahead and, it's a great workout facility. They have so many things there. They have tanning there. They have the infrared sauna, which is really cool. I have done that. Wrote an article about it, by the way, in the Bryan County Patriot. All I did, I took my shoes off, fully clothed, sat in there, actually set my computer up there, worked while I was doing the infrared thing. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's really cool. I was stopping by to talk with Rana about something that her sons had done, and her twin sons, who are going to be seniors in McKinney, and I'll go ahead and throw this out there. They're going to be working with me this year, interning on Midwest Sports Net and doing some writing for me, some sports writing. And you know what? Honestly, they got their first story published on Midwest Sports Net today, and I wanted to talk to Ron about it because they did a really good job. If you take the opportunity, it's a story about McKinney ISD and some of the things that have gone into place to get the athletes back out there, and the protocols that are in place to protect them from the beer bug. And so, it's really neat. I think it's neat. Of course, getting to share. I mean, I always like it when people say nice things about my kids, and so I just want to tell her about what her kids had done and how cool that it is. She knows that they're going to be doing the internship with me this year, and so I'm excited about it. Got their first story published. I wanted to tell you about that because that's a really neat thing. So MidwestSports.net is the site for this story. And yes, Dottie, it's really cool. So I stopped by, and she was talking about then the phrase that we use here on the broadcast. Do not walk in fear. Don't do it. Don't walk in fear. I know you hear things all the time. That's the thing. We are hearing so much all the time. We're seeing things, and it's tough to even really, at some points, it's tough to believe what we're seeing. At some point, the flip side is that we've seen so much stuff. You can look at something completely ridiculous anymore on the internet or on television and go, yeah. We've seen everything. Now, I know we haven't seen everything yet, but man, it kind of feels that way. So, still, do not walk in fear. And Rana passed this shirt along to me, and so I wanted to pass it along tonight. I said, I'm going to wear this one tonight. This one's really cool. So it's Workout Anytime. Obviously, they're a sponsor of the Bryan County Patriot, but can't go wrong there. Do we have respect for things? Yes. Do we not walk out in front of a moving vehicle? Absolutely. Do not walk out in front of a moving vehicle, but don't be scared of cars. It's a car. You get in a car and you drive a car. You're not scared of the car. Have respect for a moving car. Don't be afraid of a car. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have respect for a lot of things. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Be wise with what you're doing. There's something to that being wise thing and not walking in fear. So anyway, want to give a shout out to Workout Anytime. And speaking of advertisers, for the Bryan County Patriot, new advertiser, by the way, Daryl is on board tonight. Pro Image advertising on the Bryan County Patriot, as well as All Seasons Travel. I'd like to talk about that here a little bit later on. Bryan Agri Products, Choctaw Nation Foster Care, Firehouse Subs, Hausner's, Justice Insurance, Prices Printing, Taco Casa. Had some Casa tonight. It's Taco Tuesday. And Van Meter Realty, along with Wichita Mountain Prevention Network. I want to say thanks to all of the sponsors. That's just naming a few of them here on BCP Live. We have a lot of great sponsors on the Bryan County Patriot. And so anyway, that brings me to ribbon cutting on Thursday. Pro Image having a ribbon cutting on Thursday, joining the Chamber of Commerce. So props to Daryl and his business. And we're going to continue to support that. Great thing. We're going to support all of the businesses. Absolutely all of the businesses. So that's on Thursday. You know another thing that's on Thursday? A blood drive. That's right. All-American Blood Drive, City of Durant, Bryan County. It's going to be at the Donald W. Reynolds Public Library. And I am going to give blood. First off, it's time. I want to give blood. I like to give blood. I've given more than 3 gallons. I gave like 2.5 gallons. I mean, by the time before I'd graduated college, I think, or not long after that, anyway around, it was around that time. And then I stopped giving for a long time. And I don't know why. I really don't know what the deal was. Started giving again, got up to that 3-gallon mark there. And so I am absolutely, it's time to give blood again. Second thing though, they're going to be doing free antibody tests. Now, you can opt out of it if you want to. I don't know why anyone would want to. They're not going to tell everybody. I mean, there's still HIPAA laws that are in place. But antibody testing is going to be in this one. I think there's another one going on downtown the next day. And let me see here. I believe I may still have this up. One going on. Small businesses in Durant. I'll probably tell you tomorrow. But that is going to be on Friday, another blood drive. And then, where is it? Calvary Baptist Church. That's it. Calvary Baptist Church on Sunday. Calvary Baptist Church on Sunday. Yes, you can get a free antibodies test. I don't know. Is that a question, Lisa? You can get a free antibodies test when you give blood. And I think it could be at all the OBI things now. So Brian's still waiting on the antibodies test he took from the donation back on the 11th. Well, today is the 23rd. Sorry, Brian. I heard it would take like 5 business days. Apparently it's been 12 real days. I don't know. Rana, it's open. The new hibachi restaurant is open. Okay, Brian. So there you go. Oh, very good. Hey, Lisa, good job. Advance America So if you've already given blood recently and you can't give blood, you haven't gone through the certain amount of time that you have to give. What is it, 6-8 weeks, something like that? You can't give in this one. Another one coming up, Advance America. That is here in Durant. So blood drive going on there. All right. Woo! Yeah, Daryl going to have the ribbon cutting coming up very, very soon. All right. All amazing young men. Yeah, Brian, I don't know about that Woo Pig Suey license plate thing. I'm not sure. I don't think we can advertise that. So I'm just kidding. Absolutely just kidding. Diana, hi. Yes, I like the shirt. We're promoting 56 days. Okay, that's 8 weeks. All right, that's fine. So I'm promoting a little workout anytime while I'm also saying we're fearless right here on BCP Live. So we have talked about all of those things. Where are we going with all this? You know, they're going to be honoring the Calera senior athletes next week. That is in Calera. And I believe also I have that one pulled up over here at the Calera softball fields, Jack Stockton building, honoring the senior athletes. We're going to promote this on Bryan County Patriot website as well. So keep looking for that. Shout out to a few more folks here tonight. I'm a little behind. Lots of comments. Thank you for the comments. I really appreciate that. Josh, glad you're watching tonight. Connie, always good to see your name come up there as well. Jolie, if you're still on, appreciate you watching tonight. Tammy, I know you had things to do today. I know you had a lot going on today. Very busy. That's all right. Paula, glad you're here. Butch, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. Appreciate that. The reason I say that, by the way, is I know lots of people are in and out, and that's fine. I don't mind. Some of you all stay for the whole broadcast. Good for you. That's really pretty cool. I'm very impressed. Not everyone does. There is a revolving door of things. And I think everyone can see. Of course, this is on Facebook, but it's on YouTube as well. But you can see, let me see if I can point to it up here, at least right here in my monitor, somewhere around right there, you can see the little eyeball. And so you kind of know how many people are actually watching when it's live. If you're watching the rebroadcast of this, then, you know, it is what it is. But so I know that people are in and out on there, and that's fine. That's fine. Okay, Dottie, I was wondering, the young men. Yeah, I had to look back through the comments. Brana's boys are great young men. Absolutely fantastic. I really am enjoying getting to know them and visit with them. And they're good writers, too. So you need to follow that. Again, MidwestSports.net is where this article is. It was published today. We're going to put it on social media a little bit more tomorrow. So there you go. Where was I? Calera senior athletes. That's it. Okay. All right. So flying solo tonight. Didn't want to take up too much of your time in that. Great. Okay. This is so, I'm telling you, this leads into what I'm saying tonight so well. So just bear with all the rabbit trails. I've been a preacher for a long, long time. And I promise you, I can take a rabbit trail here and it fork off over here and it fork off over here. And I can still get back to the original rabbit trail. It may take 15 to 20 minutes, but I promise I'll get back to my original story. Now, that having been said, Jason, yes, glad we promoted the Shamrock Bank blood drive. Appreciate that. And I'm glad that you had a great turnout as well. And Michelle, this comment goes up. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and keep that one up there for a little while. I learn a lot by staying for the whole broadcast. That is so cool. Oh, my goodness. Now, see, and Mrs. Patriot's going to think it goes straight to my head, and she's probably right. But that's okay. All right. So here is where we are. And again, what I'm going to say tonight, don't get your political panties in a wad. This is neither left nor right. This is a statement. And I think if I was going to say anything, whether it be left or right, no, Brian, don't take offense. I think what I would say here is that, well, let's figure it out. Let's talk through it together, okay? I just want to, we've said before here on the broadcast, when people publish news stories, and I publish news stories daily, I try not to have an agenda that you don't know about. Okay. Now, here's my agenda. Okay. I want to promote the positive news. And I say that in the about section of the BryanCountyPatriot.com. It says there, we want to promote positive news. We want to tell the positive stories. All right. And so I'm trying to tell, I'm actively looking for positive stories. But the thing about that is that you know my agenda. You know up front. I'll tell you here on the broadcast, and it's on our about section. We want to tell the positive stories. We don't always get to tell the positive stories because I tell the folks, when ever since I started, looking at this as a possible, job, something we could make into a business. I told all the advertisers, I still tell them this. I tell people who are asking about it. Not all story, we try to tell positive news. Not all news is positive, and not all stories that I'm going to put on here are what you might call positive. Okay. I actually consider obituaries to be positive stories from the standpoint of we're celebrating someone's life. We're recognizing who this person is, who this person was, the life that he or she lived. And no one should ever be forgotten. And we should honor people when they pass. And so from that standpoint, and I appreciate, Brent Gordon for, we talked about this years back, and this is something positive. And I really do see it as that way. So from that standpoint, I obviously we're sad when someone passes. We don't want people to pass. I've put obituaries on the Bryan County Patriot for my father and for my father-in-law. I was sad about that. I wanted to honor their lives. And so I definitely want to do that. So from that perspective, yes, there is a bit of an agenda, but you know it. Okay. You also know, and Tammy, by the way, Tammy, I know I know you had a lot going on today. So Tammy said this the other day. We were talking about something, and there was a tough story that we put on, and I didn't like that story was on the site. Felt like it needed to be told. Did need to be told. Tried to tell the best I could. But it made me sad to tell it. There are things that I put on there, some of the things about the car wrecks or things like that. It makes me sad to put it up there. I think the news needs to get out there. Anyway, the point is, my agenda, because I've told you my agenda, and I keep telling you my agenda. From the national news perspective, I don't think they tell us their agenda. Okay. And by the way, still when I write stories, we're just talking right now. You hear my heart every night, and we're just talking. And generally I don't pull a lot of punches. Sometimes I pull back a little bit. Generally I don't. But for everything I put in print, I want it to be unbiased. This is the news. We'll tell a feature. We'll try to tell positive things, but if it's news, it should be unbiased, and we want to tell it that way. By the way, shout out Richard, Sean, Kathy. Thank you all for joining tonight. Appreciate that. So knowing that, then, you know what you're going to expect. I think with the national media now, you know what you should expect. And though they do not tell you their agenda, I submit to you there is an agenda. And so my question tonight then is this, and I don't have the answer to this question. All right. I'm just going to tell you up front, again, take your political panties, put them in another part of the house. No reason to get your political panties in a wad. I don't have an answer to this. Okay. I do have a question. What are we missing? That's my question tonight. And it's what I'm encouraging you and everyone who watches, whether this is live tonight or whether you're watching a rebroadcast or whatever the case may be. Obviously, we know, and you guys are saying, yes, there is an agenda. So knowing there's an agenda, this is what I want to know. I want to know right now. There are two questions then that lead me in all this. Okay. What am I missing? Okay. That's the main question. And I think you have to ask yourself then, why are they telling me this story? Because every time I hear this story, that means I'm not hearing another story. Okay. Now follow me for just a moment here. And again, I don't know. I'm just saying, I think we need to think, because if all the time I'm looking at this story right here and I'm focusing on this story, and I've got this story down, and I hear about this story, and this story is constantly put in my face. This story. There may be a story over here that I'm not seeing. And every now and again, and it could be a big story. It could be something that's huge, that's life-changing. But if I'm constantly looking at this story, I'm never going to see this story until I may someday, and it'll be well after the fact. And if I could have done something about it, I missed my opportunity because I was focusing over here. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but we've now gotten to the point where it's every single day there's something huge to get our attention. I like, by the way, I don't know, Mark, if you're still watching or not, I wanted to use this, and I'm glad you put it up there. Murder hornets. When's the last time anyone talked about murder hornets? Now, you may have talked about it in conversation or joking about it. Well, like that. Oh, it was huge, and then it wasn't. And then this was big, and then it wasn't. Because our attention spans have shrunk to subatomic sizes to where every day, we get something else dangled in front of us over here when there may be something else happening over here. Now, if you think I'm talking about left or right now, you're wrong. Unless the national media is leaning one way or the other. Okay? So I'm not talking about this party or this party. I'm just talking about what is the agenda here, because they have our attention and they've got us focused here and focused here. African dust. Yes, it's supposed. That was in part of the. Mrs. Patriot read me the forecast, and we're supposed to get muddy rain later on the week. I said, muddy rain? She said, yeah, it's Saharan dust. So here's the thing. You focus and you focus and you focus, but every day it's something new. Because our attention span is so small collectively as a country now, not yours. I'm not talking to you. You guys have fantastic attention spans. Seriously, I believe in you. I'm not kidding. I believe in you. But as a country, we have such a short attention span that, okay, one day, 2 days tops, we have a story over here. 2 days tops, we have a story over here. And it has to be something new, because if we're not constantly being redirected to this over here, we might think about this over here. And that can't happen according to their agenda. We have to constantly being pushed over here. And it doesn't even matter what it is. Folks, I've never been the biggest NASCAR watcher. I like NASCAR. I've not ever been a big NASCAR. I wouldn't say I was a fan. I'm a sports fan. I wouldn't say I was a NASCAR fan. I'm not opposed to NASCAR. NASCAR's been in the news because of a supposed racially charged incident that the FBI disproved. But for 2 days, man, NASCAR, racism, NASCAR, one black driver in NASCAR, he's being pressured, and we've got to focus. My question is, what are we missing? I really don't know, and I don't know. Seriously, guys, I don't have the answer. I don't know what it is I'm missing, because it's hard to take my focus off of this. And tomorrow, it will be something different. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow at noon, it's going to be something different. Some of these things are pre-planned. Some of them are opportunistic. The NASCAR story, opportunistic. Folks in national news headquarters, I mean, they had to be giddy when they saw that, because it gave that opportunity. Focus. Here we are, focus. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. You're right. Focus. I just wanted to, that's my question tonight. You're right, Josh. It's bought and paid for. With the business model I have with the Bryan County Patriot, and I was concerned because I went to journalism school at a very good school. As a matter of fact, I probably need to take a sip right now. Yeah. I went to journalism school at a very good journalism school. I'm kind of glad that I went and I did it later on in life because I understand just how good the teaching was, because I was being taught the broadcasting side of it from people who've been in the industry for 40 plus years. I was taught some of the broadcasting skills that I have, the training behind the scenes with David Anderson, who's been in broadcasting for 40 plus years, radio in Bryan County, a man by the name of Lloyd Watson, who's been a national producer, produced national television for 40 plus years, shows that you'd know. And I learned about broadcasting from them at the same time I was getting my training in broadcasting from Oklahoma State. And then the journalism side of it on top of that, which is a fantastic journalism school. I'm so glad that I know that it was good training. But even then, I learned about being unbiased. And I question, should I run a news site knowing that advertisers, sponsors are the ones that are paying for this? And I really feel like I went ahead and did it. You pray through these things and you find wisdom to do things well. I feel like I'd come to the point where I thought, you know what? If I ever cross that line, that something that needs to be journalistically sound, I cannot be journalistically sound on it because I'm receiving income from it, then I needed to step back and we need to restructure at that point in time. Now, I don't mind telling you at all. This is fun. You guys know we're just talking now. I want to talk. Look, there's no doubt I am promoting Workout Anytime tonight. No doubt about it. I have no problems telling you that. This is a show. We're having fun. This doesn't interfere with writing the news story at all. Okay. So you guys know that, that they're, yes. Dara has a cool OSU degree there as well. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Anyway, so you know that up front. My question tonight, and what I want to leave you with, and dear Lord, have we gone half an hour? Michelle, are you still with us? I'm asking because you said you were going to stay to the end. If you stayed right now, props to you. So let me know if you are still watching tonight. And if you're not, it's okay. I promise it's okay. But man, a night I thought that I'd go less than 30 minutes and I didn't. That's my question. What are we missing? What are we missing? I don't have the answer, but I think we should all be paying attention. I think we should all be watching. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. I think we should all be watching. And we need to understand every single day that here's why I got so distracted tonight. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. I know you're saying you do that every night, but I really wanted to make a point of showing you just how distracted we get. And Brian, I appreciate your comments. Sponsors wouldn't sponsor you if they didn't support how you do it. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I just want us to recognize, I just want you to think. Tonight's all about thinking. I'm not imposing an answer on you. I'm not imposing my leanings one way or the other. If you know me, you know my leanings. I'm not imposing my political leanings one way or the other. I'm just saying, let's watch, let's pay attention, and know that tomorrow it's going to be something else. It's going to be something huge. Oh, this is big. This is big. You need to pay attention to this. This is big. And the next day, if it's that same story, could be something. Oh my goodness, this is big. This is huge. And notice then how once it fades, it fades. The Chaz, the autonomous zone in Seattle, man, last week that was huge. It was huge. It was big. Oh my goodness, this is the biggest thing. And then they changed their name because they didn't want to be autonomous because they were running out of food. So then it was CHOP. And this is huge. This is big. Oh, it was big. It was big until it wasn't. Till something didn't fit their narrative. Till people started getting shot. And then they focused on something else. Found out today there is a $1 billion company, like $1.5 billion company, works in finances, based in Seattle. They're leaving Seattle. They're going to relocate in Phoenix by July 1st. They don't want to be in Seattle anymore. And look here. I brought another prop tonight. This is my guy. This is have y'all seen the robot on the Fox NFL games? Okay. By the way, Sean, if you're still watching, I got this from my brother-in-law. This is like one of the coolest things. I take this little guy with me on our trips, and when each one of the little Patriots goes with me to one of the trips, when we do Midwest Sports Saturday, we always take a picture with this guy. His name is Cletus, I think, because he wears cleats. I don't know. But the point is, this is the Fox robot. Now, I don't know if you can tell this or not, if you can see up there really close to you. Oh, look, he's got that Seattle Seahawks logo. Okay, I'm a huge Seahawks fan, have been for 3.5 decades. Ever since Steve Largent, he was the man, Oklahoma boy, by the way. And the reason I brought that out there is because I wanted to just let you know, I like Seattle. I mean, I've been cheering for Seattle for most of my life. I don't want to see Seattle go up in flames. But because of what they're letting happen there, they just lost $1.5 billion business. Let me say that again. Billion with a B. $1.5 billion business is relocating from Seattle to Phoenix because of all of the mess. Now, here's the point in that story. Have you heard that? Doubtful. Because once it wasn't the big thing anymore, it drifted away. And now we've got to go to the next big thing. And here's our big story. And then it'll drift away. And we ask ourselves, what's happening over here? What am I missing? Be wise. Just be wise. Jeff, good to see you tonight. Daryl, glad you're here. Hey, shout out, by the way, again, ribbon cutting on Thursday. Pro Image right here in Durant. That's on Washington. And Jamie's right. It will calm down after the election. And we'll go back to Bryan County Patriot. I promised it wouldn't be. I promised I wouldn't lean one way or the other. I'm going to leave that comment up there. Schiff, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I am not a fan at all. All right. Not a fan of Schiff. Okay. Where are we? Are we done? Did I go too long? Mrs. Patriot's probably going to let me know I went too long for flying solo. I told her tonight, by the way, that what time is the ribbon cutting? Is it 10 o'clock? I think it's at 10 o'clock. I'm going to look this up here really quickly and let me get, before I leave, and I'll tell this story while I'm looking this up. I told Mrs. Page, she said, do you have a guest tonight? And it's 10:30. Daryl says, well, he already knows. I have to look that up. I'm going to look it up anyway, Daryl, because I'm right here at my computer, and so I wanted to look it up. So just because. See, on my computer, it says 10:30, says the same thing. Sip and Pour, by the way, Thursday night also at UE. And that's going on. All right. Have you been to downtown Seattle in the last 3 or 4 years? Streets are worse than Washington streets. And the homelessness is a huge problem. No, I haven't. I really haven't, Alicia. I haven't been down there. I would like to see it someday. I'd like to get, that's the one part of the country I've never been to, is the Pacific Northwest. And I'd like to take Mrs. Patriot up there. I told Mrs. Patriot, by the way, that it would be about 20 minutes tonight, and look at it. We're going to hit 40 and go beyond. So what are we missing? That's what I wanted to share with you tonight. Do I have the answer? No. Am I being political tonight? No. Not a problem. No big deal. I just want to ask the question, what are we missing? Because there's something going on somewhere that somebody doesn't want us to see. And that's all I have to say about that. All right. Okay. Dottie, thank you. Appreciate you guys a lot. And for everyone, going to be, all right. Check it out. Check it out. I'd like to know. Alicia, I know you meant lovely. It probably is lively, but I know you meant lovely. Okay, Jeff, we got to connect. We have to connect. All right. Everybody good? We all good? We know what we're supposed to do. Some more people gave us entries tonight. If you haven't given entry yet, you can still enter to win the Opera House coffee gift card, which is really cool. And it is presented by Texoma Financial Services. Ronnie Walters is a fantastic guy. Josh, you're right. That's the problem. People are missing Jesus. That's the big thing. So we're going to wrap it up like we always do. Fearless. Be wise. Be wise. And think. Use the magic bean. God put the magic bean up here for a reason. Use the magic bean. So be wise, use discretion, and do not walk in fear. To everyone who stopped by tonight, if I missed your name on a shout out and I should have gotten to you, please forgive me. Lots of folks on here tonight, and I am just glad that you guys stuck around, stayed with it, and we're here. Michelle, thanks for watching start to finish. I think you can learn a little bit every now and again, but again, Mrs. Patriot's going to let me know that went to my head, so I won't say anything else about it tonight. Maybe another night. Do not walk in fear. Be fearless. Be fearless. And shout out to Workout Anytime tonight. Appreciate Rana and all the folks out there. They do a great job. And, of course, all of my sponsors. I don't know if you can see. You can't see all that. Look at all those. Isn't that cool? These guys are great. We have great, great sponsors for the Patriots. So thank you to all you guys. All right. Okay, I don't even know what that means, Jack, but I'm just going to leave that comment up there. All right, God bless you all. How about 9 o'clock tomorrow night? Sound good? All right, God bless you all. Have a great night.